many book challenges and reading challenges and book clubs and book prizes and read-alongs and readathons and bleed-alongs and bleed-alongs. How much book activity do you have planned for 2024? Too much? Me too. But I'm still going to share a little bit of what I'm reading this year, just in case anybody wants to join me. And I have a question for you at the end, so stick around until then. I have 15 minutes before I have to go pick my son up, and my neighbors decided to vacuum now. They already vacuumed once this week. 2 days ago. They vacuumed 2 days ago. And yes, there is a skull-shaped scythe leaning against the wall behind me. So first up, I want to put a call out to anyone who wants to join me in following along with the Republic of Consciousness Prize 2024. Follow along, meaning just looking at the long list to reading a few things from the long list or short list or reading the winner, whatever that means to you. The Republic of Consciousness Prize is a prize that focuses exclusively on very small publishers. It started in the UK several years ago, and just last year, the prize launched its US and Canada version, which has its own long list, its own short list, its own winner, and even its own set of criteria for who's eligible to be involved in the prize. I'm going to be reading the long list for the US and Canada prize again this year. I did this last year. It was one of the best reading experiences probably of my life. I really enjoyed reading along with that long list and following along with the short list and the winner. I also will be paying close attention to the UK version of the prize as well. There's always amazing publishers and books listed there as well, but the books are just a little bit more tricky sometimes for me to get my hands on being here in the US. Last year, I was able to get pretty much every single book from my library within short order of the long list being announced. I do live in a big city with a big library system, so, but I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to get all of the books from my library. The prize is an incredible opportunity to discover books that you might not have heard of at all that have been published within the last year. It's a great prize, I would say, for people who love translated literature. The US and Canada prize long list last year had a ton of translated literature on it. I would say all of the books long listed were pretty short actually, so it was easy to make my way through them. There were a good number of short story collections listed, but also novels. There was a good amount of experimental fiction listed, and I should mention that the prize is just for fiction, so every book you see on the prize list will be fiction. There was last year a good amount of experimental fiction, which I think is pretty standard for small presses. They tend to publish things that are a little more off the beaten path, I would say. So a good number of experimental literature, but also some just great narrative storytelling included on that list, including the winner, which was an incredible collection of short stories called God's Children Are Little Broken Things by Arinze Ifekandu, and it was published by Public Space Books. I get that title mixed up it's God's Children Are Little Broken Things. Sometimes I want to say God's Little Children Are Broken Things, but it's God's Children Are Little Broken Things. Ifekandu is a Nigerian writer, and these stories, they're perfect for the reader who already loves short stories, but I also think they're really, really great if you are someone who tends to prefer novels because they are really character-driven stories. I think that they are stories that a lot of people would love. So that was last year's winner though, and I will link to the video I did on that book below and above and somewhere. Long story short, the long list is coming out any minute now. It might already be out by the time you see this video, in which case I will leave a link below, and I'll also do a post in my community tab too, so you can see what that long list is as soon as it becomes available. And I invite you to join me if you are at all interested in this prize. Join me, pick a few books from the list to check out, or just follow along as I read through the list. I am also excited to share, which I think I've already actually mentioned in another video somewhere, that Greywolf is celebrating its 50th anniversary in 2024. Greywolf is an incredible independent publisher. I think a lot of folks are familiar with a lot of the work that Greywolf publishes. You're not going to get out of this video without seeing my Greywolf stack, my Greywolf library. So here's my Greywolf library. They publish just incredible work across the board. Poetry, nonfiction, fiction, it's all stellar. I love Greywolf. Greywolf was my introduction into the world of independent presses, and I feel like they probably are for a lot of readers. So in honor of Greywolf's 50th anniversary, I'm going to be reading as much Greywolf as I can this year and sharing it with you. I will have specific Greywolf related videos coming out in May, Gray in May. Who doesn't love a rhyme? So check it out then, but I hope to incorporate Greywolf books throughout the year as well. And I think the great thing about Greywolf is they have so much great work that they publish that it's probably easy to fit them into any number of reading challenges, read-alongs, reading events throughout the year. So I encourage you to help me celebrate Greywolf's 50th anniversary this year by reading from Greywolf with me, sharing what Greywolf books you love. I'll share what Greywolf books I love, and we'll all have a great Greywolf time. The next two, I really tried to fit into specific reading events that already exist. Two Lines Press. So I'm going to be reading from Two Lines Press this year, and specifically I'll be sharing my reading from Two Lines Press in August, because Two Lines Press is part of the Center for the Art of Translation, which promotes literary translation through workshops and education and an online journal and, of course, books. So they publish incredible books in translation. They specifically last August had a great sale for Women in Translation Month, which is in August. So that is why I will be reading from Two Lines Press. I picked up a bunch of books last August. I'm saving them for this August. I'll probably pick up more this August. But I hope you'll join me in reading from Two Lines Press, specifically Women in Translation from Two Lines Press this August in celebration of Women in Translation Month. And there are plenty of other amazing independent publishers who publish women in translation as well. So share your favorite below. I also love Archipelago and Charco Press, but there are a ton out there. And finally, a newfound press for me is Split Lip Press. And I will be reading from Split Lip in September. Split Lip published one of my favorite books of 2023, a novel called Sister Golden Calf by Colleen Berner. I love this book. So I picked up a bunch more of their books. I have plans to check out some of the other books they're going to be publishing in 2024 as well. And one of the great things about Split Lip Press is that they publish a bunch of novellas, chapbooks, and short story collections. So that is just perfect for Shorty September. Split Lip Press is celebrating their 10th anniversary in 2024. So in honor of this wonderful milestone, I will be reading Split Lip Press books in September. And I hope you'll join me in checking them out and maybe picking up a book to read this year. And now my question for you. If I started a Discord server, specifically to discuss the Republic of Consciousness Prize, would you join me? I can't really think of a better place than Discord to have more casual conversations in real time about something like the Republic of Consciousness Prize. So anyway, I just thought I would put it out there, even if just a couple people want to join me to chat about this prize. I think it'd also be really cool to talk about our favorite Greywolf books and, some of these other amazing publishers that we are also excited about. So let me know in the comments below. Even if there's a couple people who are interested in joining, I'll probably give it a go. I can't guarantee to be an expert in something like Discord, but I can at least give it a try. In any case, I'll be in touch soon about the Republic of Consciousness Longlist. And my name is Sarah. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.